Hello, my friends. Did you know that you have a body? Ah, I know, surprise! But what did you really know about your body and body language? We connect with other people around us before we even speak, before we even try anything. If somebody walks into the room and we're like, oh, whoa, I know them. It's like we're one because of the body language. It's not a spoken thing, it's subconscious, but it's physically using our bodies to connect and build rapport on a subconscious level. So our spirits recognize and know what's going on. So how does this relate to our marriage?
Hey, I'm Lydia. I used to be an ordinary stay-at-home mom and wife. We had 2 kids, and for 3 years, everything was perfect until we got pregnant again. But this time with quadruplets. There was so much stress going from a family of 4 to a family of 8 overnight, so I created a system for renewing our relationships. This channel is dedicated to sharing that system, every single part of it. I love teaching how to connect, manage emotions, and turn it all into growing together times. You're going to find all that information right here.
What are we doing with our bodies in our marriage relationship? Did you know that, sometimes I think sometimes we forget that we have a body and we're just all in our head, all in our mind, and we focus on what's being said. And maybe if we're up a level bigger, like we think about how it's said, not just the words, but actually how we say the words. And that's really, really important. But there's another level. What are we doing with our bodies while we're saying those things? Are we totally losing control? Are we even paying attention to how much we push people off? We have the scoop and save. We want to scoop in the compliments and save them into who we are, right? We don't want to push them away anymore. But are we pushing our people away? Are we pushing our spouse away instead of welcoming him? Welcome him in and love on him and really use our body language to show that it's a safe place to share our emotions and our thoughts and our feelings verbally, because we don't recognize our body language. We understand verbal communication. It's like a level down on the hierarchy of needs, that you've got to have this physical connection figured out before you can support that verbal communication. We got to figure it out and have it work together, because this body language speaks louder than our words. That's why we can say, I'm sorry, for example. Are you really sorry? We take into account those body language cues, because that apology won't feel genuine if our body language is saying something different than our words. And we pick it up. We understand it on a subconscious level, and we can't describe it. We can't explain how we know that it's just not true, that they're just sorry they got caught or whatever. That apology isn't congruent with our body language. So we want to figure this out so bad. We really need to. It's our bodies. Our bodies are this tool that we use to connect. And a tool, if you're out doing the garden work, or if you have like a power tool, you got a drill or something, you use tools to create, to repair, to do things, to create and process our emotions and a connected relationship. We use our body as a tool, and we can understand how the tool works. We don't necessarily have a user's manual, but we do have studies, and people have studied how the body works. There's so many scientists trying to figure out the subconscious and how it works, how our bodies work. And there's just so much. And before anything else, we connect physically, like I was saying, through our bodies. So if we take a look at what we're doing, take a look at our posture, take a look at what our eyes are doing. Are we looking away every time they say something that we want to avoid because we don't want to look them in the eye? That's a really huge clue when we can't make eye contact. Now, some people, we want to remember, some people, and this might be your spouse, are not visual learners. If they're an auditory learner, then they might turn away to actually turn their ear towards you so they can hear you better and pay attention better that way. So you got to be careful, and the best way to know, the very best way to know anything is to ask. Ask the question. Are you looking away so you can hear me better? Are you trying to pay attention better by closing your eyes and eliminating too much interference with actually listening? That could be a thing. It really is. In a lot of cases, we need to not jump to conclusions. We need to ask, verify, and clarify what it is we're understanding. If you see something, you keep looking away from me every time I bring this up. Are you trying to avoid it? Is there something going on? Is there an old story that we need to clear out? Do you just not feel comfortable talking about it? Or, what's going on? And bring it up in a curious way, not a judgmental way. That's the key to actually communicating, is to be curious. Curiosity is the key. We eliminate the judgment, let the judgment go, and just be curious, because we don't really know. We don't really know unless they tell us straight out, this is the way it is. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever it is, they can choose to share, or they can choose to keep avoiding. But either way, we don't know unless they tell us. And here's another curiosity key. If they do tell us, no judgment, we got to believe them. We got to try to believe them. They're like, well, this is what they said, so this is what we're going to go with. And trust that it's real. And if there's an incongruent piece physically with their body language versus what they say verbally, then ask more questions. And just say, I'm curious. I just want to know. I'm not trying to judge you. I'm not trying to whatever. I'm just curious. I'd like to know you better because I love you and I want to love you more. I want to know you more. I want to have more of us connecting and communicating. And so I'm curious. Let's just be curious. It is powerful, so powerful to eliminate the judgment or ignore the judgment as you're learning how to eliminate the judgment, and just get curious and use your body language. Use your body language to show them that there's no judgment, and connect, really connect, physically connect. And how do you do that? You just touch them on the shoulder. You can touch them on the elbow. You can just pat them on the back, or you could hug. There's a couple of reasons. Like if anybody gets upset and they're like, I can't handle it anymore, and they have to get up and leave the room. Well, that's because your body is a tool. We need to process those emotions, and emotions are energy in motion. And that means you've got to move your body to move those emotions. So like someone paces back and forth when they get frustrated or when they're trying to think really hard, and because their body is a tool and they're using it as a tool. If you get angry and you raise your voice and you start yelling and you have body language, it goes along with it, because our body is a tool to process these emotions. And it's okay. We need to take those emotions carefully and not vomit the emotion. If it's negative, if it's anger, whatever, we need to not vomit that on our partners. We need to be very careful that they are safe and protected so that our relationship can remain in a safe place. We need to say, I need to move. I need to get up and I need to move my body. I need to yell and process these emotions so that we can have a good, nice, calm, friendly conversation. And you just say it. You just say it like it is. I need to express and move my emotions. And I'm not leaving the conversation. I'm just leaving it for a minute. I'll come back. I'm not leaving the relationship. I'm going to come back. I need to just go walk it off for a minute. Just say it. So many times we are afraid of actually saying what we're thinking. Just say it. Just say it. Get all of the questions, don't guess. Don't make them read your mind. You're not very good at reading minds, and they're not very good at reading minds. We need to actually say it. And the subconscious body language, it's a guess. Everybody's different. Everybody has different things stored in their history, in their bodies, different muscle memory, and these reactions could be just muscle memory from past experiences. When something happens, then that means this happens and our body reacts. It's like learning how to type on the computer or memorizing a phone number. Your fingers remember, and your body remembers those emotions and processes them when it's time. When that pattern continues or comes up, then the body kind of thinks that it knows what to do. But our brain is in charge. Remember, your spirit and your brain control your body. It's not the other way around. Actually ask, verify, and clarify so that you know how to proceed and be able to eliminate that judgment. All right, I'll see you next time. Like, share, subscribe, and let me know what's going on in your world. Thank you.